So I've never really enjoyed or seen the point for me in 6-string basses. I can barely get my hands around 4-string basses, so this has been a real journey for me. Hi, my name's Johnny, and today we are taking a look at something a little bit different and, well, actually totally different to what I would normally do on this channel. For me, I've never really seen the point in a 6-string bass. I've never really thought, God, I could do with going a little bit higher, but I have felt, oh, I could do with going a bit lower. So I understand the 5-string realm and I'm comfortable within that. But having had one in my hands for the past couple of weeks, I think I'm starting to get it. There are just certain things that you can do on a 6-string that you can't really do on a 5, or you can, but it's a bit more difficult. It's more of a tool. It's not just for accessing those really high up notes, you know? It allows you to use the fretboard in a smarter way, in a more economic way to get to those higher notes. You don't have to go all the way up the fretboard to get the notes that you want. And so I've been so lucky to have been lent this boutique bass to play by Jones Basses. Jones Basses is a really small company, just a one-man band based in the New Forest in England, inspired by players like Ken Smith, and using really smart preamps and filter-based systems for their pickups. So here we have a 6-string from Jones. Now I'm going to do a demo, but it's not really a review of this bass because it's custom made, handmade. There's only one of these. You can't go out and buy it off the shelves. These are custom orders. So I think I'd be silly to review it from a specs perspective. I just wanted to kind of talk about this kind of bass and the impact that it's had on me and my opinion on both 6-strings and the boutique world when it comes to custom instruments. I just want to start off by saying thank you very much to Jones for letting me borrow this bass, and it's a phenomenal feeling and sounding bass. Like, if you were going to go and purchase something from this company, you have full confidence because the quality is outstanding. So like I said, Jones is based up in the New Forest, which of course is a forest, which means they have plenty of wood. So one thing that I think is just so cool is that all the wood on this bass is from trees that have been felled in the New Forest, so right on the doorstep of the company. And I mean, those woods in particular, look at this thing. Absolutely stunning. I'm so addicted to play. Now this sounds really stupid, but for me, having played so many basses now, when you pick up something like that, knowing that it's built almost organically within the environment in which it grew, I don't know what it is, but you get this feeling that the bass has more of a soul. It's almost like its own character, and it has a story behind it. And knowing that mentally, it has such an impact on your playing and the way you approach the bass and how the bass makes you feel as well. And I think that's something that I have just not understood at all when it came to boutique instruments. Why would you pay £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 for a custom instrument? Of course you are paying for the reduced amount of hands that are on the instrument to really make sure that this is a fantastic piece of artwork. There is just more of a feeling, greater connection between the builder and the instrument, which passes on to the player, I think. Anyway, let's crack on and have a listen to what this thing sounds like. So this bass comes fully equipped with 2 Rautier multi-coil pickups, paired up with an ACG multi-band preamp from East. Now, it all sounds a little bit confusing, and there are thousands of sounds that you can get out of this bass, so I'm going to kind of explain it as I play in the tone demo you're about to hear. All of the clips have been recorded through the Line 6 HX Stomp using the Gallion-Kruger head going into the Ampeg SVT 8x10 cab. Okay, so for this demo I thought I'd do something slightly differently in talk whilst I'm demoing it, because it's quite hard to describe and there's so many sounds in here that I don't think you can really do it without doing it in this format. So yeah, I'll talk you through the controls now. So in our third, we've got 4 sets of knobs here. In the third one along, we've got a master volume and a pickup blend. So strange place for this to be, but it kind of makes sense when you look at the rest of the bass. So, you know, volume is just volume, works well. That's both pickups together. Then on the back here, we have got a master treble filter, and then a volume knob for those treble frequencies. So you control the frequencies down here, and then the volume with that frequency here. So lots of variables just within this stacked knob. Then we've got two more stacked knobs here, each referring to each pickup. So we've got a bass frequency and the filter overshoot peak level on top. So it's a bit like the filter on top, the frequency on the bottom. So that is referring to this pickup, and the second one is the bridge pickup. So they're in line like that. I can see why they split these up, just because then it kind of, otherwise it could get a bit confusing as to what you're controlling. So I don't know, I like the way that it's laid out, and once you get your head around it, it's pretty easy to use. So let's start out then with just hearing a bit of the bridge pickup. I'm going to put all the controls to be at their highest. Move the filter out a little bit. So you get some really subby and actually some scooped kind of sounding mids in there as well. So I kind of liked it in this position. Cool. Let's move into the bridge pickup all the way over. How's that sounding? Sounds pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's fiddle around with this frequency a little bit. It's in the center at the minute. Let's put it all the way up. All the way down. I quite like it in the middle. It gives it a bit more definition. Let's put that volume up and turn it down. So you kind of control the intensity in which the filter is, the frequency is happening. Cool, let's put them together now. Have a look at this treble control. At the minute it is all the way out, so all the way kind of off, if you like. If we turn it 50% on. It's a bit less intense where it is now, whereas if we go back to how it was, you can kind of hear the string noise a bit more as it's kind of it's pushing those frequencies a bit more. Turn it all the way up, it's going to be really trebly. So now that's going to have more of an effect. We're going to hear it a bit more. That is like how I would have this bass set, I think. Let's hear it with a pick quickly. As you can hear, I'm not the best at playing, especially with a pick on this bass. I find fingerstyle to be the easiest just because of the string spacing, and get used to that extra string on there. But if we go hear the pickups by themselves again, bit of a pokier neck, and then the bridge, bit of a scoopier sound. So together they really complement each other. Kind of get a best of all worlds in there. Let's put that treble all the way up. If we have it all the way down and start, you can essentially have a tone off. There's so many sounds in just this stacked knob here. I kind of wish there was 2 of them for each pickup, honestly. It's so much fun to play with. But yeah, that is a whistle-stop tour of this really cool preamp. So like I said, there are so many sounds that you can get out of this bass. You could be there for hours fiddling with that preamp. I'm more of a P-bass guy, you know, the less knobs the better, the less controls I've got to remember what they do. So whilst that kind of function doesn't really speak to me, you can almost pick up the bass each time and get a different sound or a different vibe, which can inspire a different kind of playing. For instance, I don't really like reverb on bass, or I haven't really done that much of it. This thing had me playing chords, I had the reverb and distortion on, a bit of delay. Just having that higher access to notes kind of gave me this lead guitar type feeling. I'm wearing a stupid hat, I'm wearing a cardigan. What can I say? This bass has completely changed who I am. I'm going to leave all the details for Jones basses in the description, so go and check them out online. Let me know what you think about boutique basses and 6 strings in the comments section down below. Once again, thank you so much for listening. See you next time.